What's up, my Loc loves? Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you be a part of the Loc Love crew. Y'all, your girl done made it to 6 weeks with my micro locs. I'm coming to you looking a hot mess. She giving dry. She giving a hot mess. She giving real dusty right now. But I figured there's no other better time for an update than when she's looking her normal self, you know. It wasn't no point of sprucing her up and making her look all glamorous because the loc journey is not always glamorous. So, you know, I'm giving you realistic. But your girl made 6 weeks. Can I get some hand claps in the comment section for still having these in even 6 weeks later? Like, if you know, you know. I'm quick to take out a hairstyle, even when it's locs. So super happy I am 6 weeks in, and I have no plans on taking my locs out or nothing, okay? So I want to give y'all an update on my hair, but this is also going to be an educational video or a, you know, things to look out for. So I'm going to have a lot of information about what you should look out for in the first 6 weeks of your loc journey. A lot of this stuff is for general locs, and a lot of it is for micro locs. So I'll be sure to signify if it's micro loc specific or if it's just loc specific. But as I give you my update, I'm also going to be giving you some information on what to look for with your own update, okay? So, or your own 6 week journey. So, first thing I'm gonna do, she giving hot mess right now. I was in the pool yesterday and I did not wash my hair because I came home late at night. But let me give y'all just a peek. So I do have bobbin pins in my hair because I want to use them to show y'all specific locs. But let me just give y'all the 360 real quick. This is what she's giving, y'all. This is what she's giving. This is dry, not popping hair, okay? But the first thing you're going to want to just understand that it's going to happen is frizz. The frizz is going to happen, okay? Your hair is going to get frizzy. I don't care what method you use to start your locs, your hair is going to get frizzy, okay? As you can see, your girl got frizz all through and through. All through and through. And I ain't going to lie to you, the frizz gets on my nerves too. It really does. Let me tell you some reasons why you may have frizz. Well, everyone's gonna have frizz, but some people's frizz is a little bit more excessive than others. That could be because of your hair texture. The softer your hair is, your hair texture, and the looser your hair texture, the more frizz you will have. Also, you will have some hair growing outside of the loc. Now, I do have an example. And this is the part that gets on my nerves when it comes to frizz. So it's dead in the middle of my hair. I have no idea how to show y'all this. Okay. So this here is growing out of the loc. I have no idea which loc this is growing out of, but this is frizz. Well, this is hair growing outside of the loc. So it makes it look like there's frizz. I don't know what to do. What I usually do is just take a nearby loc and just like wrap it in. But honestly, that doesn't even work. I ain't gonna lie to you. That doesn't really work. I'ma still do it, but that don't work. So, you know, where in your lock journey, you're just gonna have to get used to frizz. It is what it is. Number two, this is specific to all locks. All locks will do this because it's just our hair. You have to get used to shrinkage. You see this? You see this? This is not the length of my hair, okay? The length of my hair is actually pretty long. And let me, you know, this is, if I was full length, this is where I would be at, okay? Like the front, this is where I would be at. Shrink back up to that. Like, we have natural hair, okay? Our hair is gonna shrink. If you come from natural hair, loose natural, Gary, you already know your hair is gonna shrink, okay? So that's just something we gotta get used to. Some things that you can do is stretch your hair, not with heat, but using braid outs, banding, you know, twist outs. You know, you can stretch it a little bit that way. But honestly, you know, I embrace it. What I normally do, the reason why my hair is like this, pushed back a little bit, is because I usually have a headband right here, and I make it look like a little fro. So I embrace the shrinkage and just make it like a fro like this. You know, because it's gonna happen. Now I will say, the part that annoys me about shrinkage is that some hair shrink and some don't. Prime example of this one right here. What you doing? What are you doing? Oh, this is the one I got bobby pins. Okay. Some of the hair shrink, some of the hair don't. There's another one that's over here. That was like real extra. And it's some of the front, like some of them. So let me tell you, depending on how you started your locks, all your locks are gonna shrink, but depending on how you start them, it's gonna determine how much shrinkage you have. So the ones that will shrink the most, coils, twist. That's all I can think of. The ones that least will shrink the least are braids and the crochet method if you do instant locks. Interlocks, that's like in the middle. It will shrink, but it won't shrink as much as coils and twists. But so if you didn't watch my installation video, this part of my head was done with interlocks. The perimeter was done with braids. That is because I had a taper cut and my sides and my back was really short, so I had to braid it in. But this part right here was done with just interlocks. So you can kind of see the shrinkage. It's not so terrible. But when you go to one that was braided, it's barely any shrinkage really. Like this one was braided. See, it's not that much shrinkage when you start with braids. I think this is a good example. See how it's like straight up? So that's not really shrinking. But when you come to these are interlocks, and these shrink a little bit. So all of them shrink, but you know, depending on your method will determine how much shrinkage you have. All right, number 3. The third thing that is bound to happen is unraveling. Now, there's a difference between unraveling and slipping. Slipping is gonna be my next thing, but unraveling, I believe that can happen with all locks, in my opinion. Unraveling is when the ends of your hair is coming out. So, let's go to bobby pin number 1. And let me show y'all this foolishness here. Wrong one, this one. Let me show y'all how ridiculous this one is. Y'all, this is unraveling.
Bruh.
The whole damn lock is coming out. So I have this part here that has unraveled, but my roots are very, very still in place. So this is what unraveling looks like. If I can get y'all to really see. This is unraveling, okay? I honestly don't even know what to do with this. I think I'm gonna just, you don't want to leave it like this because your ends will be like real fat. So, I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is just, I'm gonna just twist it, girl. Like, I really ain't got time. So, girl, I got inner locks, I got braid locks, and now I got twist locks, okay? This what we doing. So, unraveling is going to happen with any method that you use. Just know unraveling comes from the ends and it unravels from the ends. Now, next thing is slippage. Slippage usually happens with microlocks, mostly with interlocks and twist locks. Yeah. Maybe coils. I'm not that up to date with coils, but definitely interlocks and microlocks. And that happens when the hair starts to unravel from the root. Okay. Now I currently don't have any like that, but I will pop a picture of one unraveling from the root. So basically all of the ends will be tightly locked, or you know, no slippage unraveling from that. But then your root, all your root will be like unraveling or come out. That's slippage. So that happens a lot with microlocks. Let me go ahead and just introduce y'all to my favorite lock. This one here is my absolute favorite lock because this one is like already locked, or it just feels like it's locked from root to tip. She just all the way there. This is what I want my whole head to look like, but instead I get this. Y'all see the difference? So I always find her, she's like my longest one. It's a few of them that's like that, but this one's my favorite. She's really long, and you know, she's behaving, okay? She's behaving how she's supposed to, but she also sticks out like a sore thumb because all the rest of my hair is frizzy and all that. She don't have no frizz, like she just behaving, okay? So that's why I'm pinning her, because I always find her, I always play with her, and I just love her. All right, another thing you have to worry about, this is specific to microlocks and even more specific to those who do the interlock method. You have to worry about holes in your head. Now, I DIY'd my locks, and so I have a lot of holes in my head, in my locks. And you know, I go through and I try to fix them when I can, but that's what you get for DIYing, okay? You get some holes a little bit. Another thing you have to worry about is marrying at the roots specifically. That is when two or more of your locks are trying to combine together because they haven't been separated. So marrying at the roots, I will pop up a few pictures of, I think I had some marrying. Also, a lot of my clients have marrying, but yeah, that's when your hair starts to combine at the root. And so one tip with marrying, is to separate your hair very frequently. Like once a week, just go through and just pull your hair apart. Especially after you wash your hair, pull your hair apart, especially at the roots, and that will stop your hair from trying to combine together. Usually marrying happens when it's close to a retie. That's why I don't have a lot, because I retie my hair a lot, but I'll say that for the end. But when your roots is like thick, or you know, it's time for a retie, you will get some marrying. Just please, just separate your hair. Separate your hair. All right, the last thing you will get, especially the first 6 weeks, is a lot of dryness. If you come from being loose natural, we all know the goal was to keep your hair moisturized. Moisture, moisture, moisture. That is when however many products you need to keep your hair moisturized, you would use it. When it comes to locks, you can't use products like that, okay? Like you just can't. The best plan of action is to do some type of water. I say some type because I use rose water. Some type of water and oil. If you can limit to just those two things, your lock journey will be very healthy. So, but we're so used to feeling our hair being moisturized that the dryness really drives us crazy. But yeah, don't put stuff in your hair. Now, if the dryness really drive you crazy, just get some leave-in conditioner that's liquid, and dilute it. In my opinion, you should dilute it, even though it is liquid. Dilute it, especially if it's a creamy liquid leave-in. Dilute it, okay? Because you don't want cream and stuff in your hair. But I understand why the dryness is like foreign, especially because the goal was to always keep your hair moisturized. I don't remember why I had this one bobby pin. Maybe because she's super long. She's also like my favorite one over here. This one might be a favorite too, because she's doing what she needs to do. But yeah, so just some tips for your first 6 weeks, really your first 6 months, honestly. When it comes to frizz, you can just take the frizz and just wrap it around the lock if you can find out which lock it goes to. Why did I have her? Oh. Another thing. I did have to combine. Okay, wait. So I'm gonna hold on to this one, but tips for your first 6 weeks. Wrap the frizz around the lock just to keep that lock strong. Shrinkage, you can stretch your hair mostly with braiding or banding. Also, when you wash your hair, you can band your hair. I don't, but you can band your hair to keep up with the shrinkage. Unraveling, just reinstall it, or if you didn't DIY, you know, your loctician will reinstall the ends. That's for unraveling and for slipping. Banding your hair while you wash it, which will help with the shrinking and unraveling. The holes, just fill them in the same way that you installed your hair, or your loctician will do that. Marrying, again, just separate your roots as often as you can. I say at least once a week. When it gets closer to needing a retie, really separate your hair, okay? That will help you during the retie and your loctician during the retie if your hair is separated. All right, dryness, again, use rose water, use oil. If you need to, very sparingly, use diluted leave-in. All right, so back to me and my update. I did have to combine a few locks because I felt like they were already too small. I do have some in the back that I feel like are too small, but this is one here that I had combined. And she's a little bigger. But what I did was twist them together and started interlocking the root together. So this one is combined. But let me show you a few that I feel like is too small. This one here, behind the camera. This one here, I feel like it's too small. I feel like she's giving small, but I don't have another lock to combine her with because if I do, she'll be too big. So your locks will have different sizing. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Don't let it drive you crazy. I'm gonna try my best not to let it drive me crazy. About my hair, again, since I do my own hair, I honestly interlock them and retie them as I seen like it was needed. The back here, the back just kept slipping. It kept slipping. That is my looser textured area, and it kept slipping. So I retied those and reestablished those multiple times. At least once a week, I would go through and reestablish them. And then I got to the point of retying them. So throughout this 6 weeks, I probably reestablished them 4 times and retied them about 2 times. Like each week I went on through because they kept slipping. So yeah, if you use a loctician, you know, she would just have to reestablish those. Also, my whole head, you know, there it's not time for a retie. Like you can see my roots and all that. That's because I retie them when I see fit. Like 6 weeks my butt, because my hair was just kept unraveling and it kept slipping. So yeah. Honestly, I probably already retied my hair twice within the 6 weeks. Now, listen, I don't recommend that, but do what you feel like you need to do. Honestly. So yeah, that's my 6-week update. My retie schedule is off because it took a week for me to establish all of my locks, and so my schedule is off because some of my hair needs a retie, some of my hair don't need a retie. And so honestly, if I find one that's like super has a lot of growth or slippage, I just go ahead and retie it. So I don't have a retie schedule right now. I just want my hair to stay in its place. I'm trying to establish them. That's my goal for the first 2 months, is that you need to be in your own spot, and then we can stretch out the reties, okay? So stay tuned. I'm gonna wash my hair and she's gonna look cute and juicy and moisturized. And so I'll have videos and pictures of that. See you in a bit.